Hey, I'm gonna share with you a story. This is a true story that happened to me when I went to Rome a few years ago. And I wrote about it in my book called Person to Person, The Simple Guide to Mastering Your Social Self. Sometimes the universe is testing us and it wants to see how well we can use our intuition, because when we only go by the social norms and the fears that come with them, then we can miss out on a prize that is at the other end of fear. And of course, sometimes when we are too naive, then we get punished. So how do we balance that decision making? How do we go between being diligent, at the same time not miss out on some fun experiences and good opportunities? After I read to you about this story from the book, I will show you the video from this encounter. A completely different lifestyle than anything you've ever seen. It's something that we have to really appreciate about this world, especially now that everybody is becoming so similar. And anybody who is very unique, who shows different skills that are just a wow experience to others, that is the kind of person that really has to be treasured. The chapter is called The Voice of Energy. As important it is to be wary of people's hidden programs and intentions, you must know when it's okay and even necessary to engage in interactions with people you don't know or have just met. Such encounters in my own life have been very beneficial, which proved to me that the law of attraction works and is very powerful. How will you recognize the stranger who was sent to you by the energy to help you in some way from someone who is just an imposter or means harm? You have to trust your intuition and look past appearance. Read their energy without letting your fear or excitement interfere. So many times I randomly met someone new, and they held the key to something that was happening in my life at the time, or to a lesson I was about to learn, or simply bring a fun experience. This reminds me of an adventure video games where your character meets another strange character along the path to the next level, who has something beneficial to offer, like a clue or an object, or just a fun experience. One profound encounter like that happened when I was in Rome with my teenage daughter. We were sitting at a breakfast cafe, wondering which monument to visit next. We started chatting with the waiter to get more ideas, while a random gentleman overheard us and joined in with his suggestions. I couldn't help but notice he was holding this huge book, which looked totally out of the ordinary, with a name that would intrigue a mystic: Codex Seraphinus. I asked about this book, and he said that he wrote it. It was his book, full of out-of-this-world images and writings in an incomprehensible language, which didn't match anything on this earth. He told us that he was an artist. Luigi Serafini was lovely to talk to. As we thanked him for the tips, he mentioned that he has a home studio by the Pantheon, which is a famous monument close by, and that we were welcome to come by and see his art. We thanked him and took his information, thinking we probably wouldn't have any time to go anyways, since our vacation was coming to an end, and we went on our journey through town. We did consider the fact that it was a total stranger inviting us to his house, something that anywhere else we would not really be considering. But something kept telling us to take the invite. We went to check out his building, and sure enough, it was a gorgeous old building right in the very center of Rome, a couple steps from one of the most popular tourist attractions. Everything looked pretty legit. Luigi opened the door, and we both looked at each other, stunned at what we saw inside. We felt like Alice entering Wonderland. The place was full of wacky floors, optically elusive walls, enchanting artwork hanging all over the place, and shelves full of books. We got to meet an awesome Italian artist and see a beyond inspiring way of living that we had never seen before. It was an experience that really showed us the cultural differences that influence the mindset and how important it is to consider when dealing with people that come from different school of thought than you. We were influenced by something that is a big part of the modern Western culture: the reservation towards strangers and the closed-off dynamics of increased perceived desire for privacy. Though this Italian artist's genuine human character was socialized through living in nearly fairy tale location, where people are more open to socialize with each other on the streets than they are in North America. So now I'll show you the video from his house, and also the point of this whole story is that we are so socialized to be secluded from each other and not trusting anybody but our closest family and friends. And so many times I have experienced in my life where a total stranger has actually helped me out more than I could have ever expected. And we have to learn from each other and experience different people and different vibes, different mindsets. Because if we just stick to our own very close circle, then we cut each other off from these experiences. But of course, you have to be very careful at the same time. So when you're in a situation that you have to judge somebody who is a stranger, never ever rely solely on the outer appearances, because often that can be misleading to you. So I'm going to play you the video now, so enjoy watching. We're here at Luigi Serafini studio. This is
Hi.
Luigi.
Summertime in Rome, near the Pantheon. That's my studio. And
What type of work do you do?
many different kind of work, because I work with different technique. And the Codex Serafinianus, which was published in '81, was the sort of manifesto of my work. So in that book, I concentrated on my creativity, and now during the years, I just developed what I did.
With the book.
Come on, follow me. And, you have this is part of it was bas-relief, was done for the subway in Naples, for the
Naples.
Naples. This is work is an archaeological fantasy as a Tuscan swing.
Wow.
And this is a place where